Hey guys, it's Shannon with True Crime with Shannon, and I'm back with another video. But before we get into today's topic, if you do me a quick favor, if you would hit that like button, the thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. While I'm trying to grow my subscribers, I'm trying to get the likes up because that's going to reach more folks here on the YouTube world, YouTube universe, however you like to refer to it as. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? I really do appreciate all my subscribers. And if you would just hit that subscribe button for me and hit the like and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified whenever I post a new video. All right, so today I'm actually going to be covering a case that some folks have related to the Delphi murders of Abby and Libby, but it's not related, but there's been some ties to it. There was a fire, a sad, tragic fire that happened in Flora, Indiana, 3 months before Abby and Libby were killed on the Monon High Bridge. And a lot of locals in Carroll County, because they were in the same county, do relate these cases as possibly being related, even though this one was proved to be an arson. So I wanted to cover this, and we are actually, as of November of this year, it'll be 6 years that this fire happened and these four young girls perished, and we still don't know what happened. And there's a lot of weird stuff kind of surrounding the case, so I wanted to cover it here on the channel. And this is going to be the first of a few videos that I'm going to cover because I'm diving more into it, but I kind of wanted you guys to get a little bit of a base on it so you could see what's going on. So this will kind of be a little bit of a summary and a timeline of the Flora fires arson. So let's get into it. This happened on November 21st of 2016. Again, this was 3 months before, just over 3 months before Abby and Libby were attacked on the bridge. And this happened about 14 minutes away in Flora, Indiana. So let's go over the timeline. On November 21st of 2016, in the early morning hours, single mother Galen Rose awoke to the smell of smoke in her converted duplex apartment. Her four daughters were trapped upstairs. After attempting to rescue them, Galen exited the apartment. Calls were placed to 911 by neighbors and bystanders. First to respond were a Flora police officer and a Carroll County Sheriff's deputy. Both officers attempted to rescue Kenya, Kara, Karel, and Keone. Now, I apologize if I do pronounce those names wrong. I'm going to work on that. But they were unsuccessful. All four little girls perished, and Galen, along with the two officers, were hospitalized for serious injuries sustained during their rescue attempts. All three recovered. Fire crews from Flora in the surrounding area, including Delphi, extinguished the fire. The apartment was owned by two local businessmen, one of whom was sitting president of the Flora Town Council at the time of the fire. November 22nd, 2016. The Indiana Department of Homeland Security released a statement that the cause of the fire was still under investigation, but that it may have started in the kitchen, possibly behind the refrigerator. November 22nd, 2016. News outlets quote an unnamed source who says investigators are focusing on the home's electrical system. Now we jump to 2017. January 28th, 2017. The Red Cross, in cooperation with the local fire department, conduct a door-to-door smoke detector campaign to inspect existing smoke detectors and install new ones. Indiana Packers donated 500 smoke detectors to the drive. First Alert donated 100 smoke detectors, and the Red Cross donated an undisclosed number of smoke detectors. Ironically, businesses, contractors, and rentals were not eligible for the replacement smoke detectors, so Galen Rose's apartment would not have been eligible for new smoke detectors. How ironic is that? How crazy. January 28, 2017. The fire investigator with the Indiana Department of Homeland Security announces that the cause of the fire was arson, with multiple accelerant sites throughout the home. 2.5 weeks later, on February 13, 2017, two teenagers were murdered in nearby Delphi. This has been added to the timeline again. Like I said, there's been some odd crossings to it, and there's actually a memorial that has all four of these sisters as well as Abby and Libby on it. February 8th through 15th, 2017. An independent fire investigator sends numerous emails and voicemail messages to the pertinent investigative personnel to strongly refute the findings of the initial fire investigator, stating that the findings were completely based on speculation and not evidence. May 25th, 2017, the ISP detective originally assigned to the case accepts another position at ISP, and a new detective is assigned after a conflict of interest questions arose. The original detective had previously investigated the wife of Indiana Department of Homeland Security fire investigator who originally investigated the fire. She's also the mother of the Florida Fire Department chief who responded to the fire on charges of embezzlement, and later on she was convicted. June 2017, a local investigative journalist meets with the superintendent of the Indiana State Police and the Carroll County prosecutor after receiving leaked copies of the emails sent by the independent fire investigator, as well as additional in-house emails between the investigative personnel. The superintendent and the prosecutor deny knowledge of the emails and agree to, quote, get to the bottom of it. June 2017, 1 week later, the initial fire investigator from Indiana Homeland Security, resigned. June 2017, 1 week later, the initial fire investigator from Indiana Homeland Security resigned, citing, quote, personal reasons. I don't really want to talk about it. If that's not suspicious, I don't know what is. June 2017, Fox 59 files a request under the APRA for the release of the 911 call recordings. October 2017, the Indiana NAACP hold a press conference regarding the case. The spokeswoman says the family is not getting any communication from investigators and that the case, quote, smells of a cover-up. Well, you gotta admit, with the fire investigator resigning due to personal reasons, that's really sus. That's really suspicious, don't you think? November 2017, the fire inspector's son, who was the Flora Fire Department chief at the time of the fire, resigned. Wow, there's another suspected. Another one resigned. So what's going on in Flora, guys? November 2017, the Carroll County prosecutor, who was knowledgeable about the investigations into both the Flora fire and the Delphi murders, resigns. Another resignation. Count them, 3 resignations involving this case. And then Delphi comes back into it again. Odd, suspicious, crazy, I don't know what. That's allegedly, there's something funky going on there, guys. December 2017, Indiana State Police asked the Indianapolis Fire Department to conduct a peer review of the fire. January 2018, the Indianapolis Fire Department, after conducting interviews with witnesses, firefighters, and police, as well as a site inspection of the house, confirmed the fire to be deliberately set with an accelerant found in one room of the house. April 2019, a Marion County judge enters a summary judgment in the favor of Fox 59's request for the release of the 911 recordings. The Carroll County Commissioners appealed the decision. April 29th, 2020, the Indiana Court of Appeals ruled against Fox 59's request for the release of 911 recordings. So we don't have the 911 recordings because Carroll County and Indiana Court of Appeals, they have decided that that's not public knowledge. We shouldn't have it. Now, this case sadly hasn't gone anywhere. And like I stated, this happened in November 2016. Okay, November 21st of 2016. We don't have any answers for this family. The mother actually moved out of state. She now lives in California. And I can't blame her because she didn't obviously want to live in the home after her 4 girls perished in this fire. And I'm sure living around all that was just too hard for her. But there's really no answers for this family, for these loved ones, and it's almost like the Delphi murders. There's just like, what happened? And it seems to me that Indiana State Police and Carroll County doesn't want to answer for these. So that's where another connection comes into the Delphi, because they had some folks that worked on both cases. We've had them resign. We've had them just zip their mouth and they just want to say anything. So it's very strange. I mean, you've got like a 7-year-old girl, a 5-year-old girl, a 7-year-old girl, a 9-year-old girl, and an 11-year-old young girl. All four of them, they died because they were trapped. They did not have a working smoke detector, and it's come to the conclusion twice now that this was arson. So who did it? Who set the fire to this duplex? We still don't know. And like I said, the mother thinks about this every day. She has stated to the media, and she can't even mention their names. And she stated to the media in the past, Fox 59, it's so heartbreaking because you guys can say their name and I will just break down. It didn't make sense why it had to happen, she said, and it doesn't. So this place is located in the heart of downtown Flora. So obviously this was intentional. Um, why don't we have any more information? We're going to be 6 years in November of 2022. So what happened to these poor little girls? And she just mom wants them to remember the girls in the happy times, but you know, she just wants justice for her four little girls. And I believe, just like Abby and Libby, she deserves the justice. I mean, these four girls, just as much as their families, they all deserve justice. We need to have answers for their family. An arsonist, someone purposely went out and set fire to this family's home. And and these poor little girls, these defenseless little girls, they died. For what? For what reason? Same thing as Abby and Libby. For why? Um, I don't believe it's the same person. I just believe it's a very odd thing that it's happening in Carroll County, and you've got the Indiana State Police and Carroll County involved in both cases. I did send in a public information request to the Indiana State Police, and I was denied. So I requested the public records involved in the Flora fire, and I was told that the public information regarding this case is available at our website. They're www.in.gov ISP/crime reporting/Flora arson, which I'll include the link in the description of this video. The case report and other records are considered investigative records and exempted from disclosure under Indiana Code 5-14-3 to 4, and that's pretty much what I was told by a legal counsel for the Indiana State Police Legal Office. I would love to get a hold of the records because I would like to see what they have to say. I don't know, obviously, if they're stating that we can't get a hold of them. That's pretty much the roadblocks that you're getting into with the Delphi murders as well. So this is just an intro, again, to the Flora arson case. I'm going to be diving further into it. If you have any information, please let me know. I would love to find out some more information, and I want to help, as much as I can from a creator's point of view. I want to help get the word out. Let's not let these four little girls, they shouldn't be forgotten. Just as much as Abby and Libby, they should not be forgotten. And we need to find answers. We need to tell ISP in Carroll County that these girls' lives matter, and we need answers. We need answers. So what happened to these four little girls? This is not acceptable. All right, so that is today's video. And I'll be working on some other things in the coming days as well. Again, I'll be continue to cover this case. If you have anything you want to let me know, I'll include my email in the description as well. In the meanwhile, I want to thank you guys for checking out the channel. And if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up if you like the content. And do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. And with that said, that's it for today. And have a good one, guys. Stay safe.